Hello. And welcome, my dear friends. Take a breath. And listen closely. This message did not find you by accident. If you've been feeling a quiet pressure building around your work, your career, your purpose, or the way you provide for your life, this is the moment you finally understand why. When a higher plan begins unfolding, it does not start with emotions. And it does not start with relationships. It starts with your work. The ground of your daily existence. That restlessness you can't explain. The heaviness you feel on Sunday nights. The sense that something is wrong even when everything looks fine. That isn't burnout. And it isn't ingratitude. It is preparation. When you are being prepared for more, the old container must first become too small for your spirit. You felt it. That tightness in your chest. That thought of leaving. Followed by the voice telling you to stay one more day. Hear this clearly. You have been seen. Every time you showed integrity where it wasn't honored. Every time you stayed professional while swallowing frustration. Every quiet why spoken in the car before walking inside. None of it was wasted. If these words are already stirring something inside you, pause for a moment and let them sink in. Your work life has been under divine review. Not because you failed, but because you gave too much value to a system that could not measure it. You outgrew the framework you were placed in. You became reliable in a place that no longer deserves your reliability. That is why the pressure is growing. Why your patience is shortening. Why small things suddenly feel heavy. Because there is more for you. When tasks feel heavier than they used to. When colleagues feel distant. When you're quietly doing the work of many without recognition. That is not random. That is alignment making misplacement uncomfortable. The ground beneath you is shifting. Not to punish you, but to move you. Right now, conversations are happening about you that you cannot hear. Your consistency has been noticed. Your presence has been observed. Your character cannot be replicated. While you focus on bills, stability, and logic, your future is already being rearranged. Some will rise right where they are. Some will be called into unexpected fields. Others will be asked to build something entirely new. But it begins with this truth. You cannot remain where your spirit is required to stay small. You carried weight without a title. You held teams together silently. You became the unseen foundation. And every moment was recorded. Now listen even closer. The atmosphere around your finances is changing. Not because you chased more, but because the season of being undervalued is ending. That's why you feel unsettled. Why you can't force yourself to be comfortable. Why the place you endured now feels tight and loud. Your environment is shrinking. Because your purpose is expanding. This shift is not emotional. It is structural. You have been showing up on empty. Meeting deadlines while your soul felt elsewhere. Holding responsibility without relief. None of it went unnoticed. You are not losing motivation. You are losing tolerance. For what diminishes you. Your tolerance is being lowered. So you cannot get stuck in a chapter meant to end. Here is something important. When your work is about to change, you are changed first. Your discernment sharpens. Your inner voice grows louder. Your clarity deepens. Then your environment begins to react. That tension you feel when you walk into work. That is alignment pressing against limitation. And alignment always wins. Soon, people will treat you differently. Not because you announced anything, but because your spirit has shifted. Your presence carries weight now. Your boundaries feel firm. Your ideas land differently. Elevation does not need permission. It transmits. That is why some people pull away. Act uneasy. or suddenly become curious about your plans. They feel the shift before they see it. Now hear this clearly. Your provision is being upgraded. Not the struggle. You were never meant to stretch yourself this thin. You were meant to be supported by your gift. Not drained by it. The whisper saying, "I cannot stay here," is not fear. It is foresight. Some of you are already being discussed in rooms you've never entered. Some are about to be approached unexpectedly. Some will receive an opportunity perfectly aligned with who they are becoming. And a powerful few are being called to create what does not yet exist. Your patience mattered. Your loyalty was visible. Your endurance was stored. This change is not about a title or a raise. It is about identity. You are becoming someone who cannot live small anymore. Someone whose presence stabilizes rooms. Whose voice carries clarity. Whose value is undeniable. You were never being broken down. You were being built up. And now, you are ready. And before you leave this moment, before you scroll, before life rushes back in and tries to pull you away from what you just felt, I want you to stay here with me for a little longer. Because moments like this do not come often. Moments where truth lands so quietly, yet so deeply, that your soul recognizes it before your mind can explain it. You didn't just hear this message. You felt it. And that feeling is not coincidence. It is confirmation. There are people who will pass by this message and feel nothing. They will hear words, but not meaning. They will listen, but not recognize themselves. And that's because this was never meant for everyone. It was meant for those who have carried silent weight. Those who kept going when quitting would have been easier. Those who smiled through pressure, uncertainty, and responsibility that no one ever acknowledged. You are not here because you are lost. You are here because you are transitioning. Right now, something ancient and powerful is happening inside you. Old versions of you are loosening their grip. Old fears are losing authority. Old limits are quietly dissolving. And even if you can't fully explain it yet, you can sense it. You can feel that you are standing at the edge of a threshold. Between who you have been and who you are becoming. This is why things feel strange lately. Why familiar routines feel hollow. Why conversations that once satisfied you now feel empty. Why places you once tolerated suddenly feel unbearable. It isn't because something is wrong with you. It's because something is waking up within you. You were never meant to spend your life shrinking yourself to fit places that cannot contain your calling. You were never meant to exhaust yourself just to survive. You were never meant to trade your peace for stability that slowly erodes your spirit. You were meant to expand. You were meant to build. You were meant to lead in ways you haven't even imagined yet. And here is something important you may need to hear today. The fact that you are questioning your path does not mean you are ungrateful. It means you are aware. It means your soul refuses to settle for less than what aligns with its truth. And awareness is always the first sign of elevation. There are seasons where growth feels like rest. And there are seasons where growth feels like pressure. You are in the second kind. The kind that reshapes you. The kind that stretches your vision. The kind that prepares you for responsibility you cannot yet see. You may feel unsure right now. You may feel like you're standing in the middle of uncertainty with no clear map ahead. But listen carefully. You do not need to see the whole path to take the next step. You only need to trust that the discomfort you feel is not random, it is directional. Every door that feels like it's closing is guiding you. Every delay is refining you. Every moment of frustration is sharpening your discernment. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is late. Nothing about your journey has been overlooked. And one day, sooner than you expect, you will look back on this exact season. This moment of quiet tension. This period of inner conflict. And you will realize it was the turning point. The moment when your old life could no longer contain the version of you that was emerging. You will realize that what felt like resistance was redirection. What felt like loss was release. What felt like pressure was preparation for something greater than you dared to claim at the time. So if you're listening right now and your heart feels heavy yet hopeful, if your mind feels tired but your spirit feels alert, if you feel both afraid and excited about the future, that's not confusion. That's alignment beginning to take hold. Trust the process unfolding within you. Trust the quiet nudges. Trust the restlessness. Trust the inner voice that refuses to be silenced. It is guiding you toward a version of your life where your effort is honored, your value is recognized, and your presence is respected. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not asking for too much. You are simply becoming too much for spaces that were never designed for your expansion. And when the moment comes, when the opportunity appears, when the door finally opens, when the shift becomes undeniable, you will step forward not as someone desperate for change, but as someone ready to receive it. Because you've been built for this. Every challenge strengthened you. Every silent battle deepened you. And now, you are standing at the edge of what's next. So stay open. Stay faithful to the quiet truth rising within you. Your life is not falling apart. It is falling into place. If this message resonated with you, support God Speak today by tapping the like button. And subscribe for messages that speak to the deeper currents of your journey, and if you get jobs soon then comment, Amen.